Life did not give me a gift, but I was able to rebuild my life. For those who do not know, a pimp is a person who organizes prostitution of others to earn money. Well, I was entrusted to one of them. Hi, my name is Carolina. I'm 32 years old. I am an agricultural engineer, married with 3 children. At the age of 16, I was entrusted to a pimp. Before continuing my story, I invite you to subscribe and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next stories. I grew up in Brazil, in a small village near Rio de Janeiro, in a family of 6 children. My parents were very poor and we struggled to get by. At home, we dreamed of living in Europe. It was for us the land of El Dorado. My parents wanted me to go to Europe, so I would have the means to lift my family out of poverty. My mother had a sister in Belgium who had lived there for 25 years already. Her name was Aunt Pamela. Aunt Pamela was very rich, beautiful, elegant, distinguished with a lot of charisma. But she was not married. She had no children either. She came from time to time to Brazil during the holidays to enjoy the beach, particularly that of Copacabana. And when she came, she always brought fancy things with her: shoes, clothes, handbag, for us. The last time she came, she gave me a Coco Chanel handbag. In short, she made us dream. The last time she came on vacation, Aunt Pamela suggested that I go along with her to Europe so that I could continue my studies there. It was a huge joy for everyone. Our lives was finally going to change. Carried away by immense joy, I couldn't believe my ears. Was I actually going to Europe? Me, Carolina. That day was a day of celebration. We danced and sang with joy, thanking Aunt Pamela. 3 months later, my passport and my visa was ready. I must admit that the process was really quick. It seems that Aunt Pamela had connections at the embassy. My parents and my brothers accompanied us to the airport. Then we took the flight for Belgium around 3 o'clock in the morning. During the trip, I was already thinking about what I was going to do, what I was going to become. I could already see myself looking like Aunt Pamela. When we arrived, one of her friends was waiting for us at the airport. She welcomed us with a lot of joy, and we went to the house. The house Aunt Pamela lived in was so big, beautiful, and very luxurious. Looks like a castle. I couldn't believe she lived there alone. In her parking lot, there were 3 luxury cars, including a sports car. When I got inside the house, I kept my luggage. Then she called me and said, "Come on, Carolina, I'll show you your room." "All right, I'm with you." We went up to the 2nd level of the house, where the bedrooms were. We walked along the corridor, where there were many bedrooms. When we got to the room, she said, "Here's your room." Wow, it's so beautiful. I have never seen such a beautiful room. "You're welcome, darling." I spent several hours just observing the room. It was so lofty. A huge bed occupied almost half of this cozy nest. The walls were painted a light pink, which brought in light. The floor was covered with a carpet. This gave off a warm atmosphere. This bedroom was worthy of a princess bedroom. I decided to take a bath. Aunt Pamela brought me a whole suitcase of clothes. Very nice ones, but I still noticed that all of these clothes were somehow indecent. Most of the skirts and panties were too short, and the tops always showed off certain parts of my body. I had a hard time finding something to wear. When I went downstairs to get something to eat, I found her in the kitchen. "Aunt Pamela, the clothes you gave me are very nice, but I think they are a bit too short. They expose some parts of my body." "No, Carolina, those clothes look good on you. Know that now you will have to dress like that. You are no longer in your little village in Brazil." "But Auntie, I find it indecent. You are already a big girl. You must already be aware of the potential you have. You are very beautiful. Look at you. You would please any man." "What potential are you talking about?" Suddenly, someone knocked at the door. It was Aunt Brigitta, her friend. "Hi, girls. Rested already?" "Hi, Aunt Brigitta. I'm all right. Your clothes fit you well." "Thanks." Aunt Pamela and her friend left for the living room. I stayed in the kitchen to finish my meal. In the evening, several young girls arrived, all very beautiful, and they all looked alike. What were they doing here? I wondered to myself. I noticed all the same that they were all Brazilians like me. "Come on, girls, hurry up. It's almost time. I don't want you to be late," said Aunt Pamela. Then she called me and asked me to join the girls in the bedrooms to see how they are getting ready. To my surprise, I recognized Adriana. Adriana had grown up in the same village as me. Her family was also very poor, and her grandmother was very sick. I recently heard that her health was getting worse and there was no money to treat her. I knew that she traveled to Europe, but I had no idea she knew Aunt Pamela. What had changed? So I walked over to her. "Hi, Adriana." She turned around with such a fury. It sounded like she had heard a ghost's voice. "It is not possible. Carolina, is that you? When did you get here?" "I arrived today." "How is everyone there? Your family?" "Have you heard from my grandmother? I miss her very much." "Tell me, Carolina, are you already in the network?" "What network are you talking about?" Aunt Pamela suddenly entered the room where I was. "Carolina, go to your room. I'll pick you up," she says. I left that room confused and troubled. I went into mine and laid down on the bed. After a while, I heard noises. I stood up and looked out the window. I saw the girls come out of the house, all dressed like prostitutes. There were several parked cars waiting for them. What were these girls doing? Who were they really? Why did they come here? All these questions tormented my mind. Some time later, Aunt Pamela came to my room. "Carolina, I would like to talk to you." "Yes, Aunt, I'm listening." "Those girls you saw earlier are my girls. At least I helped them get money to help their families back in Brazil." "Aunt Pamela, do these girls work for you?" "Yes, my daughter. But they look like prostitutes. Besides, they are very young. The main thing is that they can make money, and a lot of money." I was silent for a moment, dumbfounded by everything she said to me. Was she some sort of pimp? Why did she bring me here? She looked at me for a moment, then put some clothes back on me and said, "Put these clothes on. I'll get back to get you." "Where are we going?" "Hurry up. Don't ask questions." I heard her chatting with her friend Brigitta in the hallway near my room. "Is she ready?" "She's getting dressed." "Are you sure what you want to do?" "It's still your niece. She'll get used to it. We need money." "Has Mark called yet?" "Yes, he must probably be on his way. He paid me a lot of money. You know that not only is she very young, but she is still a virgin." "Oh yes, how he loves them." A few hours later, she came back with a glass of wine in her hand and said, "Sweetheart, are you ready?" Was it hard to answer? A fear had invaded my whole being. What was she going to do with me? I replied in a trembling voice, "Yes, Aunt." She handed me this glass of wine and asked me to drink it, claiming that it would make me feel good. I didn't know that glass of wine contained drugs. I naively drank it and suddenly felt the fear disappear. I knew deep down that she was up to something bad. She helped me redo my hairstyle and put some lipstick on me. We went down to the living room where a gentleman in his 60s was sitting. "Hello, Mark." "Good evening, Pamela. Is that my package?" "Yes, she is very fresh." This man was staring at me. I felt like an object to him. At that moment, I wanted to run away and get out of there. But I stood there looking at him. Aunt Pamela came out of the room and left me alone with him. "Come and sit next to me, don't be afraid," he said. I couldn't move an inch. I stood there, frozen like a statuette. What was he going to do with me? Where was my aunt?